Today we're looking at the PT900, the flow meter. This replaced the PT878, which is, you might be familiar with one of those. It's the new version from Panametrics, a lot more accurate, longer battery life, and a bigger memory, 8 gig of memory on this, so should keep you going for a bit. Okay, so what do we do when we first take it out of the box? If you switch it on, all you have, you'll notice between this and the old PT878, there's no screen. Your tablet or your phone is now your screen. You have 4 indicator lights on here. The on off, the Bluetooth, which is red at the moment, will go blue when we've got a connection. That's the status light. If it's in red, there's a problem somewhere. It's obviously in red because I've got nothing connected at the moment, and you've got your battery light as well. When it's on charge, that will flash. So let's go straight over to the tablet. If you can download the Transport PT900 app from the Google Play Store, or if it's iOS, the Apple Store. It is actually the API is actually on the micro SD card as well. So let's dive in. Okay, so first of all, because they've never seen each other before, no paired transmitter, we need to firstly scan. Let's press scan. Okay, really good on-screen instructions as well. During pairing, click OK in the app and power button on the transmitter to confirm pairing. So this has 2 functions, that's on and off, and a quick press enables it to pair to Bluetooth. So let's dive in. 1, 2, quick press, don't hold it down, you'll switch it off. Let's see what's happening on here. That's looking at all the available devices at the moment. I need to give it another press, a quick press. Okay, there it is, 36, 36. So press that. Whenever you see pairing, give the other button a quick press. Let's see what's happening now. There we go, Bluetooth pairing request. Now, Android devices, it's already self-generated a passkey, so all you do is press pair. Again, it says pairing, another quick press, and there we go. So what we need to do now is to come out of this screen. So depending on what type of tablet or arrangement you have, I need to close the settings off. Let's go back into the app. Now we've already found it, so we don't need the scan. Let's go straight to the next button. Okay, we're in. First place I'll go to is the transmitter, and if we just jump over to here, you can see now we've got the Bluetooth connection. Yeah, this is, if you like, the home screen where you first go to. Various functions on here. You can see 93%, that'll give you 21 hours, far vast improvement over the old PT878. 8 gig of memory free. It tells you the software version. You can update it from this screen. That'll be another video. Date and time to check. Okay, we're all happy here. Let's go into programming. I'll just quickly go through the screen. Your programming screen, there's 2 channels. So you can program. There's some more options there if you want to go into that. Energy switch, input, output, and user functions. You've got your measurement screen, which is your real-time screen. This is all custom, so you can see what you want at any time. Logs, setting up the logs. I don't think there's anything on this at the moment, so it should come up empty. There we go. And another feature which is great is the help section. Tells you about the unit, diagnostics. Each one of these categories gives you a how-to. If you get a problem, what's causing it, it'll tell you how to correct it as well. Service, some useful numbers, websites, documents, spare parts list, brief description, and the actual part number if you need it. Okay, I think that's pretty much apart from the videos. Built-in videos, self-explanatory, everything you'll need to know. You also have with one of these a micro SD card with a full manual. You get a paper quick start guide. So let's dive into the programming. We're not using channel 2. If you don't have anything connected in channel 2, you make sure that it's switched off. You can have 1 and 2 on at the same time, but you need to have both cables plugged in. Okay, if we're only using 1 today, so we're only using channel 1, so I'm making sure that that's off. That's good. So let's go into channel 1. Okay, so if you're familiar with the 878, you'll know that when you come to set it up, you work left to right with the parameters, and once you've told it the pipe, the fluid, transducer details, the placement will be generated for you, so it's in the ideal position on the pipe in the flow cell. Okay, so let's start. We're using the plastic pipe today, a 4-inch plastic pipe, so that's what I'm going to be programming on the unit. So these are all the preset ones. If you're not sure, you can press other and then put in the custom sound speed. So we're after plastic, PVC. If you want to use a schedule for programming this, there is that, but we're using other today. Outside diameter, as you can see, it's already worked out the pipe circumference. This is a handy feature if you need to work out the length of chain you need for the pipe. There's no lining today, so as we've finished everything we need to fill on this section, let's go into fluid. It's just water. It's a fixed temperature, so usually fluid temperature is 16 degrees. We're not too fussed on density, fixed density, kinematic viscosity or reference density. It's pretty straightforward on this rig. Transducer. The transducer depends on the pipe and the application. On this 4-inch pipe we're going to be using 592s. So to select your transducer, you get a nice little picture as well now. Find 592s, select it. There we go, 1 megahertz 592. Wedge temperature. This is the surface temperature of the pipe where the transducers are going. Just take an average. Yeah, I'll go for 16 on that. Okay, Reynolds correction, usually that is on. We're not using any meter factors, there's no calibration factor, so we'll switch that off. Final step, the placement. Something very useful here, it's a graphical illustration of your traverses. So if we pick one traverse, with all the odd numbers really. The one transducer is on the opposite pipe to the other. Dual traverses, or reflect mode some people call it, or the V, it's both transducers are on the same side. If you notice, I did the 4 or 6, that's how many times the signal reflects. Okay, so we're going to use 2 today. That's the go-to type if there's no problem. If it's not too big a pipe and not too difficult application. Already it's given me now a transducer spacing between the two of 98.04. So let's go over to the clamp. Okay, the clamp's pretty straightforward. Another big improvement over the 878, which had the clamps, chains and brackets all separate. It's all in one now. So you have these spring-loaded clamps, watch your fingers, and you have these attachments to take up the slack. So the thing to do is undo it as far as you can. Bring the chain under. You can get extension chain for the larger pipes. Now to take up the slack, press it down, and that will give me perhaps another centimetre or so. Okay, and then release. Do the same the other side. Press down, pop it in there, release, and now we can tighten up. So the spacing 98.04. We'll get it as near as we can on here. So the left one, as you can see from the arrows, we're going from the inside of the left clamp, sorry, the outside of the left clamp to the outside of the right clamp, and we need 98.04, so that's about there. They do move a little bit once you're about to tighten it up. There we go, that'll do. Okay, so now we need to slide it into the 3 o'clock position. If we have it on the top, there's a danger there might be air bubbles. If we have it on the bottom, there's a danger of silt. 3 o'clock's just about right. Let's tighten that up. Make sure the clamps are primed. Now we need to apply the couplant. So don't go mad, just a nice stripe down the middle, just like putting it on a toothbrush. Okay. And now we go over to the clamp. That just slides in there. There's a little ball bearing there, and that'll click in. Just make sure that it feels flush there, then you know it's set. Same with the other one. Okay, once we're happy it's in the right place, we can put the clamps, the spring will hold it against the pipe, and now we can attach the wire. So the XDR cable, you have upstream and downstream. Today the upstream's coming from the left. Difference again with the PT900 transducers. You'll see the PT900 with bayonet cap, the PT900 transducers are ES screw. You can get adapters if you've got a PT900 and you want to use your old 401s or 402s, for example. They will still work. They are in the memory of the PT900 for programming. Okay, just make sure they're on nice and secure. make sure the clamp's nice and square. Yeah, we're all good to go. On the other end, we have it's stamped on up and down. Okay, right, let's see what's happening on here now. What we're looking for is that red to go green. Yep, it's giving us the sound speed. You should also find now that'll correspond to the green light on the PT900, the status, so everything's looking very good on there. So let's go to the measurement screen. Here you can have multiple parameters, diagnostics. So for example, if I wanted sound speed to go on there, channel 1, because that's what we're using. Look for sound speed and add. You'll see it appear there. Press OK, and there we have it. It's on the screen. You can go further. If you press that, you can edit how many decimal places you need. Format, scientific, notification, or just decimal places. It's the same for all the others. Along the top, you've got 4 boxes here. I'll go through each one. The one with the 4 windows is multiple windows. I could add some more and it would just scroll up. These are all channel 1. If I had channel 2 fitted, we could scroll down to the channel 2 windows at the bottom. You can look at them one at a time, or you can watch it in graph mode. Let's go back to, it's just a simple toggle, graph mode or digits. Okay, that's your totalizer. Something different to the PT878. The PT878, when you reset it, it automatically starts again. You have to physically press start on this, and to start it again, you just reset it. If you press stop, you've got to remember to press start again. You've got your forward totalizer, a reverse totalizer, net totalizer, and a batch totalizer time as well. And finally, the all-important diagnostic screen. You can see channel 2's there, but as we didn't select it earlier on, it's now greyed out. This will give you a signal to noise ratio up and down, your amplitude figures up and down, sound speed, the delta time, velocity, and just to remind you of your transducer spacing and traverses. Okay, so everything's looking good. We've got all green lights. If there was a problem, if it was out of tolerance anywhere, which you can set in the advanced menu, you'd get a red light there, which will bring you your attention to that. So let's go back and let's power up the rig. Okay, as you can see against the magnetor, it's not far off there.